in an organization when they're willing to come to me and ask me if I would come to play Howard last year. I was willing to do so. But, the right opportunity has never presented itself.
Phil Jackson in New York as the new president of the Knicks on earlier with Michael Kay and Bound Reference on ESPN New York 98.7. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio, ESPNRadio.com. Jackson, of course, was a member of the Knicks title teams in 1970 and 73 to have him run. Then he went on to win 11 championship rings as coach in LA and Chicago. So the Knicks now have a guy with a total of 13 rings running the show in the front office. Best is on the way, right? Guys at KPI, Michael Wilbon and Tony Kornheiser.
I Wilbon is a title of help for Phil Jackson in the Knicks.
I mean, right now, they don't even know what players they're going to have. They're going to have Carmelo next year. They have no players, perhaps, and no money for sure because the signing table in 2014-15. That takes us to 2015-16 where they will have big cash. Does that mean that a guy like LeBron could opt in this year or get out after 1 year and go to New York? He could. They have a combination of, say, Melo and Bosh, or Melo and LeBron. They could. But, it's going to take 3 years at least, and it's not run or bust right now for Phil.
He's 68 years old, so realistically, you would think 4 or 5 years is what he's going to have.
Yeah, 4 years.
The Knicks have not been good for a very, very long time. They're only really great once. And the team, my favorite team of all time was Reed and DeBusschere and Bradley and Barnett and Frazier. Okay, and Dan Monroe and Phil Jackson was a part of that team. I'm going to say this, and I don't usually claim to be a Knicks fan, but I was there. I was a Knicks fan then. And the Knicks have played it off a long time, and Phil Jackson represents to them the great link to the past. And I do think it's title of buff. I think that's what Knicks fans are thinking, title of buff. And I think that's what Phil Jackson is. That Phil Jackson is title of buff for whoever to do with it.
But if Phil Jackson elevates this team to all of his choices that are upcoming, GM, coach, player personnel, and they get back in the mix, and they're in the conference finals and in the finals, is all New York going to consider that a small final?
And you have to look at Bill Parcells. He won the Super Bowl with the Giants, and he got there on a level team, and he got close with other teams. And I think if you ask Bill Parcells on the true form of those failures, he'd say yes. You got to win. Jackson's the same way. Got to win. He's got a million times. He wants to win another.
Last one, too high record, and yes.
That's the move. Brentford folks going to have to decide the future of Coach Mike Liston. He was 72 and 34 with the Knicks before this season, but 40 losses this season as they head into Wednesday's game against the Pacers. Up next, he was fired from his volunteer job, and now he'll get more than $2 million per year. How'd that happen? We'll hear from him next. Sports Center all night at ESPN Radio.
Hi, it's Colin. Coming up Wednesday night. I can spot failure quickly. Success is a little tougher to identify. We'll ask investor, in terms of the profit, market to the moment, why that is. Wednesday night, heard on ESPN Radio, on ESPNRadio.com. for never giving up the stewardship of the state on mineral oil, subsoil, and our resources. With this amendment, there is simulation, irresponsibility, and insulting determination. And maybe the majority of Mexicans. What is the benefit of this amendment for Mexicans? Are we going to have competitive prices? Is the gas price going down? Are gas prices going to stop increasing every month? Are there going to be more and better jobs? Are we going to pay fewer taxes? Is there going to be more national richness? The answer is no. So who does this amendment benefit? The historical error of collapsing Mexico were made by those who today are determined to reform it. The problem of Pemex is not and has never been its property management. The problem has been precisely the ignorant and corrupt administration that were unable to give it the right direction. It was dedicated to ransack and found hydrocarbons as a different kind of burning, and not as a real element of national security, of economic development, and property of the nation. But the supposed energy amendment doesn't attack, not even by chance, the core. The energy amendment never should be what it is today, a mockery and a coincidence of economic interest. A simple privatization with no vision of the future. There is no modernization.